Hi, everybody. How are you? I this is Terina with Create with Tree. That's me. And first of all, I want to apologize. You guys, I have had the worst cold. I've had the worst cold, so I'm going to apologize in advance that I may be coughing. I might be drinking my water, just so you know. So just please bear with me today. I am on just a little bit early because our friend Angela got done with her project, and that's what I love about Chalk Couture is that you can get projects done really quick, and her project was so great. I'm in an event today over on the DIY Arts and Crafts room, and so if you are here, please make sure you say hello. If you don't see that red live right there, that means you're on the replay. I'm going to share this out real quick. Let's see, just so that people know where I'm at. Go. All right, you guys. We're in an event where you're basically crafting outside the box. So and using like our Chalk Couture transfers. So this is a transfer. It's a silk screen transfer. Also, if you're here, make sure you say hello because I know a couple of our creators were having issues seeing comments. So I've got my iPad, I've got my phone, and I'm also going to switch you guys around in just a second. But we're going to talk for a few minutes. This is our silkscreen transfers. These are reusable silkscreen transfers. And so normally when you think of like chalk, you want to put it on a chalkboard and like you guys can see all of this stuff here. This right here is a chalkboard and it's just white chalk paste. And but I've got it on wood. I've got chalkboard there. I've got a chalk surface there, metal. There's so many things. I've been doing this for 9 years now. Come May, and it's amazing all the things that I have used our transfers on. I actually have a backup project anytime I do an event because of creators. Sometimes if you're given like the same idea, we tend to do like similar projects. And it was funny because Whitney said she was going to do one thing in the comments, and then she said, "Oh, I think I'm going to do this" on her live, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's what I was going to do." So I'm glad I have. This is actually watercolor paper, and I will probably end up doing this as a project later. If we get done doing what we're doing today, then I might actually start that project. If you're here, give me some hearts. Make sure you say hello so I can see that you guys are here. Um, so the other thing is last year in June, the Chalk Couture released sublimation prints. And our 8.5 by 11 sublimation prints come with two different designs in a packet, and it's such a great price point. The other thing, normally you think, oh, I have to use sublimation. No, Michelle had a sublimation print on her T-shirt that's made specifically for sublimation. And then I had seen a couple people use sublimation elsewhere. I've done it on wood. I've done it on different things. Oh, a sublimation flag. I did that. Hi, Miss Penny. Thanks so much for joining, sweetie. I commented on one of your posts today. Your grandma, Bernice. My grandma's name was Bernice. Her birthday was a couple weeks ago, but they referred to her as like her nickname was Bernie. So I saw that your grandma was a twin, and her twin was Bernie. I thought that was really like very fabulous. So anyway, sorry, I digress. But happy heavenly for birthday to them. So anyway, so I digress. So uh, I've done sublimation on many different things. Now you need for sublimation generally to be really bright and poppy. You want it to be like polyester, right? So if you use it on something that doesn't have polyester in it, at least 60% polyester is like the bare minimum for it to be really bright. You have to use like a spray on fabric and then let that dry, and then it creates like a bond between the sublimation print and your t-shirt. So if you have like 100% cotton, you would really want to use that spray. And Oh, your mom. Oh, so it was my grandma. My grandma was Bernice. Okay. So that's so awesome. Anyway, so I have done the sublimation print on so many different things, but today we're going to be using our 3D decorative eggs, and these just came out. They're in a packet now. I'm gonna flip you guys over in just a second, and but I also wanted to show you. You guys, I've been so sick the last like week and a half that I have done like the days I felt better, I'd get up and craft, and then the days I didn't, I'm just like sitting on the couch doing nothing because I can't talk and all I do is cough. But we're gonna do this live, and so this is our bunnies, and I used this. It's not our crackle medium because it's a different technique. And so I'm using Pentart Fine Line Crackle Varnish, and it is a two-part crackle varnish. So I'm hoping that it will actually turn out live because when I did it, I let it really dry on the surface. So you have to really let this dry. I'm going to be using my heat tool to dry it to see if goes faster. So this and this is the stuff that we're going to be using. I also did the same technique on this frame. I don't know if you guys, this is just a black frame that I bought, and it makes it look like chipped or cracked porcelain. Isn't that beautiful? And I did this, I made a video of this as well. This is just on some watercolor paper, and this is on the little surface that it comes with. So I'll post those for you. Oh, Penny, isn't this? I said it's a man cold because um, I got it from my husband, but we think we got it from the littles. We went to our grandbaby's blessing a couple weeks ago, and he came home, and within days he was sick. All the kids had snotty nose. It was just so gross. Oh, and then side note, since today's your mom's birthday, today is my youngest sister's birthday. Yesterday started our family birthday season. My cousin Terry, her birthday is on the 29th, but she said depending on the weekend, she'll celebrate it on the 28th or the 1st. My youngest sister's birthday is the 28th. My cousin Denny, his birthday was yesterday, and he actually had a twin that passed away at 9 days old. So their birthday was yesterday. And then my birthday is coming up in a couple weeks. And then my sister's birthday is my other sister, Jamie. Her birthday is 5 days after mine. So yeah, I do too. I love the little germ. They are little germ monkeys, but you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way, you guys. I would be around. And here's the deal. I normally take colloidal silver when I know that people have colds or it's cold season. And I forgot it at home, and I normally have like a little bottle of it in my go away pack, and it was gone, like it was empty, and so I couldn't even take it, and we were so busy. So I knew I was probably going to catch some germies, and that's fine. All right. So, oh, the other thing I wanted to show you guys, Michelle talked about Michelle. No, Whitney talked about who was talking about. Whitney was talking about paste and ink, or somebody was talking about mixing and stirring paste and ink. Remind me, because I'm telling you guys, my brain is so foggy. So I try to do it every couple of months, okay? Because I use my paste and ink quite a lot, but not every color. And so what reminds me a lot of times is if there's like a flat rate shipping sale, or there's a sale or whatever, I will go through all my colors and order what I have, what's new, or from your daughter. Oh, yeah, that's so funny. That's very interesting. Yeah, my cousin was born on leap year. So we really celebrate her when she has a birthday. I have several friends, Audra and Maritza are also leap year babies. So anyway, so I went through all my paste and inks. If you guys don't know, let me tilt this down just a little bit. I don't know if you guys can even see this. I'm just going to turn you guys around so you guys can see this. This is my drawers. This has all my inks. They're all in color order. And this is my pastes all in color order. And so like if they weren't, if the jars were salvageable, I would put some water in it, and then I put it back in. Or if it wasn't salvageable, then I tossed it because I use it so much. It's not even a big deal to me. So I do. So just I know that I've got my Perks shirt on today because my DIY arts and crafts room shirt. I made that for myself 70 pounds ago. So I need to make a new one. But just a reminder that March is our Perks Palooza, and we've got some specials going on. So come March is tomorrow, and so make sure you guys are checking Perks Palooza stuff coming starting tomorrow. So all right, let me flip you guys around here. There we go. Go here. All right, so there I am. So here again is the frame that I did, so you guys can see the crackle, and I'm going to show you guys all the things I used. Now I just have a board. Oh, my little things are. This is another bunny that I did. That let me move this back a little bit. There we go. So the crackling I did on top of this. This is actually a sublimation transfer, and then this is just painted. And then I went around with my ink. I forgot my ink in the other room. So, but it makes it look like cracked porcelain. So the things I'm using today is the 3D, and it comes in a pack of three, the 3D decorative eggs. I actually grabbed my zinc gilding wax. We have different colors gilding wax, and you want to really make the cracks show up after everything is dried. You want that gilding wax. I did grab my white chalk paste. I do have the fine line crackle medium, and if you want any of the info for this project, just put info, or no, actually put egg. Put egg in the comments. I do have some heat tape. I'm going to turn on um, my Cricut Easy Press. I'm going to make the heat at 360. So I'm going to heat that up real quick. All right. Let me make sure. You can use your iron. I know that Whitney used her little Cricut Easy Press. I've got my bigger Easy Press. Hi, Michelle. Oh my gosh, your project was so cute. I love decorating for St. Patrick's Day because my birthday's around St. Patrick's Day. So I love decorating. So I actually painted one side of the eggs already because I didn't feel like you guys needed to watch paint dry twice. And this is painter's tape. I just put on a board, and I will switch that tape out from time to time when it's not as sticky. Okay. All right. It just helps keep your wood pieces down. All right. Oh, we've got some new peanuts coming, and they really are cute. They're for Easter. I feel you. So the thing with our collaborations with the different lines, it's hard because some of them require you not to have a release or show the product with other brands. Does that make sense? So we had Harry Potter, and we had Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes will be coming out. Won't be coming out with different designs this year, but if they run out, they will order more. Um, and you guys, I'm so sorry. My train of thought. I'll try to stay on my train of thought, but I had to take some cold medicine just to kind of get through this without hacking my head off. Anyway, and then we got our Easter peanuts, and there's 6 transfers. If you get the kit, the whole like bundle, they call it collector's bundle, then you'll get like the bonus little transfer in there. It's an A size transfer. It's darling. It's not the whole set. If you're a Perks member, you remember you get 30% off. If you are a designer, you get 40% off of retail. So that's why I always suggest if you're not already a Perks member, or if you want to be a designer, just sign up. There's no requirements for either, but you do save on your supplies. And so if you want info on Perks or even becoming a designer, just put Perks in the comments. Who doesn't love a discount? I love a discount on everything. Um, and we get, as a Perks member and a designer, we actually get specials. Oh, I just painted my finger. Dory was showing like she was getting messy. Oh, are you even a crafter if you're not super messy? I need to go get my nails redone. I think I'm gonna skip over St. Patrick's nails and go straight into some Easter nails. My son's girlfriend owns a nail salon, and she does my nails. They're so pretty, and it's hard to get them redone because I hate having them. I hate going over like and having her undo her beautiful work. She's very, very talented. All right. I think it might be soon that I redo my tape. It seems like it's coming up a little bit. All right. So I'm just going to get this. I would suggest doing 2 coats of paint or paste on these just because, not that I don't mind that it's a little see-through, but I want it to be white for this one. We are going to be using the blue set of sublimation transfers. They're heat transfers. All right, let me just pop the heat tool real fast and dry these real quick. Okay. Our paste dries really quick, and that's why I decided to use our paste instead of paint, just because acrylic paint takes longer to dry than our paste. All right. And for this project, I'm probably only going to do sublimation on one side for now. On the bunnies, I did do both sides, just because how I display stuff will show, and that's okay. I don't know how I feel yet. I don't know how I'm going to feel. I might change my mind when I get there. But I could also go back. I could also go back and I can actually probably sublimate both sides. Let's just put, that's probably what I should say. We could go and sublimate both sides. That will be easy. It's the crackle. I will probably just crackle for the purpose of this demonstration. I'll probably just crackle the one side for now and go back and crackle the other side when I have more time to let it thoroughly dry. I know that Dory used our crackle medium, the Dixie Belle crackle medium. It does work best when you let that medium dry better. Um, when I use like glue, there's so many different ways of doing things, right? Um, when I use like Elmer's glue or school glue, you don't necessarily have to let that dry. It actually crackles better when you don't let it dry completely. This stuff also crackles better when you let it dry. And the interesting thing about this is you don't put anything over it. You put this over everything you've done, and then it crackles. It is like, this is really interesting. So, again, I love finding new mediums to work with just because it gives you different looks. Like, I've even used hairspray to do the crackle method. It's just crazy. All right. I know, squirrel. I love peanuts. And I grew up loving peanuts just because I think that's our age, right? Because of the peanut specials that we had as kids. Um, well, I think having it just a little damp Not completely, like not 100% dry, but having it just a little damp helps. All right, so let me try this. Did you also let it like I found that it was best if it was thick. Again, too, if you're sublimating on paint or wood or anything, you got to make sure that that paint or paste is dry. All right, that is good. All right, let's pull these off. See how the back fared pretty good. Good. Okay. So I'm flipping it over because I know the back side is dry. And let's sublimate on the back side. So like I said, I'm going to use this blue set. It is called Birds of a Feather Heat Transfer. And the heat transfers are really great because they do have two sheets in the packet. And Whitney started talking about her grandma's Corel, the blue Corelware. I remember blue Corelware, but I also like it's that blue and white decor is really coming back in, and I'm here for it. I love it. I think it's very elegant. It's very cottage core, very granny cottage core looking, and it's great because my daughter-in-laws are starting to get into doing more grandma cottage core stuff. I used to scrapbook, and um, my boys all have scrapbooks, and of course, boys really weren't into things like that. My boys weren't anyway. And sorry, I am scrolling a little bit, but I just want to figure out what I want to use here. All right. So I'm going to cut this little guy out. But when we went to go to our little granddaughter Gracie's blessing, it was so cute. My daughter-in-law, Peyton, she's married to our number 3 boy. She's like, Mom, I have to show you something. I started scrapbooking. And I'm like, you did what? And so I was really excited. She even made the puffy scrapbooks for her kids, for her girls. And I was just so impressed. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I haven't scrapbooked in a really long time. It actually encouraged me to get my scrapbook stuff out. And I pre-made several pages, ordered some prints on Snapfish. I don't need them to be like fantastical. I just need them printed. As a photographer, I always used to tell my customers, just whatever you do, just print print your stuff. It's really important to print your images. All right. So I know that there's this little crack right here, the little uh like this. It goes like this. So it's going to cut off. So do I want it on this one? Do I want the bird? Let's see. I'm going to go like this and see if it'll create a line. So I already put it together, and then I have to pop it apart. Hold on. I have no strength, you guys. Zero strength right now. Once they're together, it seems. Oh, there we go. I just needed to get it the right way. Okay, so I kind of created a line with that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna fold. Let's be creative here. I'm gonna fold it like that, and cut it so that I can actually add it to this other side and make it really look three-dimensional. Okay, does that make sense? So let's just cut it on that line. So I'm gonna use my heat tape. It's really important to use heat tape when you're sublimating because you don't want your image to move. Now, because this is a rounded edge, I'm just gonna round it around the back side and just kind of put a piece of tape. That's kind of a big piece. You don't really need that big of a piece, honestly. And then what I'm gonna do, so I went up like that. Sorry, I'm out of the screen. Trying to line it up. Now, let's hope this works. Because I'm telling you, I'm a little kind of loopy. And if it doesn't work, oh well, I can sand it off or sand it and repaint it. So let's just try that. Let's just try these, okay? Let me grab my heat mat. And oh yeah, I know I had a Teflon sheet in here, so I'm just making sure. Oh, you know what, you guys? Oh my gosh, I am so glad I just thought about this. I have this wrong. I have this totally backwards. Oh my gosh, you guys. So glad I just thought about this. You want the colored image down. I am so sorry, you guys. You want the colored image down. Oh, I almost totally messed this up. You want the color image down. Whew. So glad I caught that. Oh, you guys, I'm telling you, I'm just gonna blame the drugs that I'm on. Oh, I know. Thank you guys. And I didn't even look up. Oh my gosh, yes, you guys. I'm so sorry. You guys are all talking to me and I'm just over here talking to myself. Yes, you guys, I totally know what I'm doing, but I'm telling you, it's the drugs. Okay. If this lines up, great. If it doesn't, it's okay too. All right. Phew. Okay. We're gonna try that again. Try it again. Not give Dory Joe a heart attack. All right. So we're gonna do this because that would have ended up on my heat press. Oh my gosh. Oh, thanks, Wendy. Ah, so I'm not moving it around. If you have a bigger space that you need to cover, you want to lift up and then press down again. You guys, my head is swimming. Just swimming. I am just so dingy. Okay. I'm just gonna check. I'm gonna do it a little bit more. Because it does say you need it for 60 seconds at 360. All right. And then just a warning, when you guys pull these up, they do tend to get a little warm. All right. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I might have been able to go a little longer, but I'm okay. I'm okay with it being not super dark. These are gonna, and actually when you start using that crackle medium, it does it does like this was kind of like dull like this, but when I put that crackle gloss medium on it, it really, really brightened up. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, guys. Okay, so let's grab some more and actually do it the right way this time. You guys, I swear I'm sweating. It's so dumb. So when we put it together, it's going to be like this, so that the bird's head. Oh, it's really hot. The bird's head is going to be together, hopefully. Okay, so I'm just going to cut out some more. I'm hoping that all of this crap will leave my body soon. Let's see, and I don't want that to overlap, so I'm going to cut that off right there. Okay, so do that. Get some tape. And I just have this, it's just clear tape. It's a heat tape. So it basically, you can use it with like any kind of sublimation, I have a big heat press that I use it with. It does not take a lot though, let me tell you. Okay, so that there. And then just use a little bit on the back side to hold it down. Probably not the project I should have done being sick. Just saying. So this one will have this on this side. So let's do something over here. And hopefully we're not running out of time. It's 124. Well, I'm glad that I could make sure you guys were awake while you're watching me. I'm glad that I could give that to you. You're like, she's gonna mess it up. Let me cut that part off right there, and we'll do something else. Excuse me, I sound like a barking dog sometimes. Okay, let me do another thing over here. Maybe I just need to do a little one. I like this bigger one. Mm. All right. So I think because we'll have plenty of this on, I can show you. All right. Let me go ahead and lay this Sorry. Yes, this is a great way to get the viewers involved. Is mess up and they can see that you're messing up. I don't know about you guys, but women of a certain age after you've had babies and you start coughing, y'all know what happens. You make a ton of trips to the potty, and so oh yes, you're sweating for me too. Excuse me. And talking, of course, tickles your throat. Anyway, so I'm going to go back to the blue. The blue is very popular. That cottage core, that grandma cottage core. The girls are just loving doing all sorts of things that are like I call them granny crafts. My son's girlfriend who does nails, she has a nail salon. She also crochets, and she just does so great. Let me just check that. Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty. Isn't that great? Okay, toss this. Excuse me, I just got a tickle in my throat. Oh, that looks great. Great. Use my Scottish accent. Ugh, you guys, this is gonna be so pretty. Okay, the other thing I did before I go on, let me grab a piece of cardboard. I did go over the edges. I did go over my edge. Ooh, that's really hot. Yeah, that's really hot. I did go over my edges and just kind of rough them up a bit before putting the varnish on. Man, I'm a hot, like Dory was like, I'm a hot wreck. Well, I am a complete hot wreck. I'm sweating. I'm knocking things over, trying to do things the backwards way. So I just kind of zhuzhed up the edges just a little bit without burning my fingers off completely. But I love today's projects because they're all thinking outside the box. Um, there's so many different surfaces that you can use. Um, there's so many different ways you can do. I had like 5 projects in mind, but honestly, I was in no shape to go out and buy anything. And so I actually shopped my stash. Like Michelle said, she shops her stash. I shop my stash all the time. All right, let me grab this again, just so I'm not making a mess on my on my table. Okay. You're going to start with this guy first. Let me grab just a paintbrush, and I'm just going to. Okay, come on, stick down. I think it's time to redo the tape on my board. Okay. So make sure that you cover it entirely. And again, this is supposed to make it look like it is cracked and old vintage china or porcelain. So these little 3D eggs are going to look like they're porcelain, like chipped porcelain. Hi, Karen. Right? Legs crossed. Oh my gosh. I have had 4 children. Although they are adults, I am a little older in my age now. You guys, I'm going to be 58 in just a couple of weeks, which means that my youngest sister is, 53 today. Pretty, pretty. Okay, got a little thing in there. Okay. All right, I'm gonna set this aside. We're gonna sublimate a couple more pieces really quick. I'm gonna let this dry on its own just a minute, and then we'll come back. So I'm gonna let's just sublimate some of these guys, just with some flowers and talk while that just dries a bit. You just trim that off. Um, Again, I almost did it backwards. I think we just get used to seeing the design and color, and like and because you can't really see it, it kind of tricks our brain. So make sure you put the colorful part on, face down. You guys are almost gonna have to yell at me again. Okay, and I'm just gonna use like all these little pieces as much as I can on my little eggs. Let's see what I've got over here. Might need to buy another one to really decorate them up. Okay. What are you guys doing today other than watching our little event? Anything fun and exciting going on? We've been working on our trailer. Kurt has actually. He was feeling like a caged cat the other day, and he's like, I gotta get outside and work on the trailer. And I said, okay, well, you go do that, honey. And then he came in and he goes, maybe that wasn't such a good idea. And I'm like, you think? Because he was sick too. Okay. Tuck that underneath that. Just trying to line it up the best I can. Oh, that's so fun. You're the only Canadian watching. Where in Canada are you, Wendy? My husband used to live in Canada. When he was younger, he was about 20 years old. He actually lived in Canada for a few years. He lived in Nova Scotia. So I'm actually going to sublimate this first on there, and then I'm going to add some, oh no, I want to add the flowers first. I think what I'll do is I'll add the flower first, and then add the, yeah, that's it, because I want to layer it. Saskatchewan. He lived in Nova Scotia, mostly Halifax, for 2 years. He served a mission for our church for 2 years. All right, let's do this again. Everything's face down. We're good. All right, here we go. How's the weather? I'm honestly just, I was watching all the ladies craft, and that's been the majority of my day today. Melanie is after me. You could also watch any of the replays over on our DIY Arts and Crafts room. Oh, you're on Ontario. Oh, So we have two Canadians, Ontario. We have an Ontario, California, which is a couple cities away from us, but Ontario is a province, right? Ontario, or is it a city? Um, I'm trying to think. I've been to several places in Canada. Love Canada. So beautiful. Oh, you guys, look how beautiful that is. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Now I have the hiccups, of course. Why not? Okay. Gorgeous. Okay, let me just stack the this part on this guy real quick. Piece of tape. Again, if you guys want the project info for this, just put egg in the comments and I can send it to you. All right. Province, yes. Again, I know things. I just don't know things when I'm on drugs. Ah, North Dakota. We went to South Dakota a few years. I'd love to go to North Dakota. I have several people on my team in North Dakota. Um, one of our goals in life is to hit all the states and provinces actually. Let me see how that looks on that. Yeah, I think that looks great. So I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, let me set these guys aside. Oh, yeah, let me set these guys aside and we're gonna work on finishing up. That is hot, hot tamale. Now that's still wet and I can see it. So I'm gonna use my heat tool and see if we can speed it up just a bit. There are directions on the that come with the Pentart. Again, I'm using the Pentart crackle varnishes. It's a two-part, and if you want the info, just put egg in the comment, and I could get that to you. You want it to be dry to the touch, which that is. It does. I mean, I let it sit pretty good amount of time. It doesn't really say how long. It just says you need it to dry. Now, this is the magic. Here's where the magic happens. This is where it goes on and it starts crackling. Now, you might look at it and go, well, I don't see anything. It's because of the way that this two-parter is set up. It, especially if the color underneath is not a dark color, which I have white underneath, it doesn't really show up until it's dry. And that is why I grabbed the zinc gilding wax. Okay. That is what will make it look that because I put copper gilding wax in this, and that's why you could see the cracks. I'm not doing an exorbitant amount. It's not super thick, but I'm making it a nice coat of it. I'm not doing two coats, just one of each, and just making sure I've got good coverage. All right, set that aside. Well, I can't even imagine what you guys are going through with this snow. Hitting up, I haven't been there since COVID time. Oh wow. November. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, Kathy. Okay, so I have to tell you, I live in California. Don't feel sorry for me. But I do live in California. And oh, see, that kind of bubbled on that. And that's okay because I'm going to cover it up anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let me grab this guy. Um, Yesterday in California, it was 90 degrees. Is that normal for us? No, not completely normal. We do have warmer springs than some others, but it's not really about the snow with us because where we live, we don't get a lot of snow. We need the rain. That's what's really important to us is having the rain. And we have actually had an extraordinary amount of rain this spring and winter. So that's really good for us. I'm really happy that we've had that. Let's cut that. Because we were in a drought for many years. So yesterday, my husband and I, just to get out in the sunshine, my brother-in-law is camping down by the beach by us. So we went down there because we could be outdoors. Come on. We went down there to see them, just to get, sometimes when you've been cooped up in the house for so long, you need some vitamin D, right? Vitamin D and some ocean breeze. Let's see. So that is going to be on this side. Just trying to line up the best I can. If it's not perfect, I'm not going to even care. Just trying to do the best I can. And then let's do a couple of flowers. Just kind of a little flower there. How close am I? Oh, I've got 15 minutes. Okay. I'm hoping to at least show you guys how that crackle works. That really is like the most important thing that I wanted to show you. All right. Do this. Oh, me too, Wendy. Me too. So we had a lot of precipitation. We really did here. And I know you guys get a lot of wildfires in Canada as well, because we live the Rockies and the San Bernardino mountain range. We have like so many mountain ranges. We live by the beach, but then we also live close to mountain ranges. And it's really important. I think that looks great. It's really important to have rain. If we don't get a lot of snow, it's okay. Although our mountains, they're skiing in our mountains, and it's 90 degrees at our house yesterday. So, look how cool that is. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside again. Oh, that's hot. Hot, hot, hot. All right, let me get this. Oh, yeah, it's starting to crackle a little bit. I can see when you kind of tilt it to the side, you can start seeing it. Let me get my heat tool again. But, our state did not take care of things that would help, like our water resources and like our water reservoirs. So we had a lot of fires last year. And you're probably going, I don't see anything, but I can see this from the side. And oh my gosh, you guys, I can't wait. Hold on. Let me just finish drawing this one. Okay. So again, it looks like nothing is going on. And do you see how bright the blue came up with the varnish? Look how cool that is. It's just, it looks like a sublimation print now. All right. So here's the other part of the magic, you guys. I'm just going to grab a rag. And if you guys know, I use lap pads. My friend is a surgical nurse. She gets me these lap pads. I love them because they're perfect. Oh, that zinc all over me. So I'm using the zinc. I don't know if I was going to love it or not, but I'm going to use a little bit on it and see what it looks like. I'm actually hoping I love it. I do love it. Oh, I love it. Okay. So the zinc's kind of a bluish, grayish black. And I really wanted to stick in that color palette. So when you use, do you guys see it picking up that crackling? Sorry, I'm going backwards. Do you see it picking it up? So you just kind of like rub. You can also use rub and buff. There's other mediums like this. But the idea is you really want to make sure that you get it into the cracks. Look at the difference. Look at the, I got a shadow, so I'm sorry. But you can see the difference how you can't see the cracks, but then you can see the cracks. Okay, and it doesn't take a lot. But do you see how it just like, boom, there it is. There's all those cracks. It looks like one of those porcelain eggs, like what do they call them? Farber eggs? Not Farber, I don't know. Those really expensive eggs that cost, thousands of dollars. And I like to go back over so that I don't have any of the residue. You guys look at that. It looks like cracked porcelain. And like right here, I feel like I didn't get enough in it. So I'm going to go just like see how it just really popped up. See that? It is so, so cool. And again, if you don't feel like you got enough in the cracks, just go over. Does not take a ton. And if you don't have this color, you can use gold or bronze or whatever color. Use what you got. All right, so I'm going to use some more on this side. Thank you guys. I've got about 9 minutes left, and I just want you guys, if you're not over on the DIY Arts and Crafts room, make sure that you are following along there. Make sure you give everybody that is in today's event a follow, because a lot of us do videos and lives and and all those things. And I always share into the DIY Arts and Crafts room. So if you're following the DIY Arts and Crafts room, you'll also see all of our creators in there. If you're interested in finding out how to, if you're a crafter, how to get your info and your lives shared into our DIY Arts and Crafts room, just send me a message to my personal, you could personal or my business, and I could get you that info. We're here to help each other out, and I'm so excited. Oh, you guys, look at how gorgeous that is. It just amplifies this little wood piece just up a little bit more. And so when I get this done, it'll be three-dimensional. And so I'll slide that in like that. I still need to do the other side of that. So the bird will be like in this little groove area. Okay. Does that make sense? You guys, look how pretty that turned out. Sorry. It just really elevates that so much more. Okay. It is really cool. So this, the gilding wax is, it's a Chalk Couture product. And it's, well, actually it's Dixie Belle, but we carry all the gilding wax. We've got gold, bronze, copper, silver, and zinc. And I think there's one, I think there's like a peaky color, I think. And that's really what settles into the cracks. Okay. So let me show you the different things again. So I'm gonna set those little guys aside, and just so you guys can see. So I've already added these guys. So the first thing that I did after I did the sublimation, I used the fine line crackle medium. And again, if you put egg in the comments, I will send you the info where I got it. And then you have to let this dry. You have to let each layer dry completely. But you saw I used my heat tool and it dried it just fine and actually rather quickly and still worked. I love the fact that not only does it do the crackling for you, it also makes it shiny. So it's not that dull. It makes it more of that sublimation once it's sublimated on. Now, Whitney used some sublimation surfaces like no, a magnet and something else. I can't remember. Um, sorry. And when it goes on a sublimation surface, it is really bright. The colors really pop. It's because of the bonding. And so because I'm not using a sublimation surface, it's not as bright. But I love the fact that with you can see the difference with the varnish on it. So again, this is the fine line crackle varnish. That's step one. And with the varnish on it, it will make it really pop. So then I'm going to do this. I'm going to let this dry some more because I don't want it to mess up. But once it's done, then I use the second layer and then I used my heat tool to really like dry it. And you'll see it start cracking. And then that's when you use a rag with the gilding wax to fill in the cracks. Okay, so that's what that is. Isn't that great? Can you see the cracks? It looks really beautiful. And it looks like cracked porcelain. It really is cool. All right, put egg in the comments if you guys want the info. Let me go here. Oh, come on, come on. I don't know why it's not doing it. Come on. Oh, heck. Technology. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know. My technology is being dumb. All right, so we're just gonna, you guys, I don't know what the heck is going on there. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so you guys can see, there you go. I love that. And I don't know why I was able to do it earlier. There, let's try that. There we go. Figured it out. Smarter than the technology. But you guys can see that. And then once I do the other sides, I will slide these together and then they'll be three-dimensional. And I'm going to add some more of these sublimation prints to the other pieces. And I'll do the crackling and then I will take a picture and show you guys. Melanie is on with MC Creations after me. So make sure you guys make sure you guys follow her along. If you're in the DIY arts and crafts room, just put just mhm, that. Just do the thing. And then you can see her up next in the DIY arts and crafts room. You guys, I appreciate you so much for being here and yelling at the screen and playing along with me today. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. Tomorrow is March 1st. I can't even believe it. January was a really long month. February kind of went fast, I think, is because I was so sick for half of it. So, anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. This has been Terina with Create with Tree. That's me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody. Thanks so much, Wendy.